Shalom. Before I begin, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruchak, Badash. I'd like to say double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well. And also Shalom and salutations to the fellow brethren and the laborers that are laboring in this work as well. So I'm back once again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai, with another lesson. And this lesson that I'm going to be getting into today, I'm going to be going into how the building, the process of the kingdom of heaven, the building has begun. You see? Matter of fact, I'm going to jump straight into it and start here in the book of Luke 17 and verse 20. Because the kingdom of heaven is not something that's tangible, so to speak. It's not going to be a temple this time. The third temple, it's not going to be a physical temple. You see, that third temple is actually men. It's actually men that are being brought together, being gathered by the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to complete that temple. That third temple, which is the kingdom of heaven. Matter of fact, since I mentioned that, let me get a quick precept in the book of Ezekiel. This is the book of Ezekiel. Salakia, bear with me. Ezekiel 34. Ezekiel 34. Salakia, bear with me. Where's this precept? So I can't find the precept, but I'm gonna paraphrase it. So it speaks about how that the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is what gathered them. Gathered who? The elect. You see? So let's get this in Luke 17 and Luke chapter 17 and verse 20 again. It says, And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, The kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, Lo here, or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. And what does it mean that the kingdom of the Most High is within you? It means it's the knowledge. It starts with the knowledge, of the kingdom of heaven. You see, that's what makes up the actual kingdom, It starts with the people. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So a particular men, a particular people, which is in Galatians 6 and 16, how it mentions that there's the Israel of the Most High. Those are the people that make up the kingdom, the elect. You see, so it's not going to be an actual temple in this time, but it's actually a gathering of particular men. You see? So let's go from there to the book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 21. It says, These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. Who's that them that the Lord is setting in order before the eyes of the enemy, which is the so-called white man, Esau, Edom? That will be the nation of Israel. The elect of the nation of Israel is being set in order, being built block by block, brother by brother. You see, the elect is being gathered and being built as a house will be built. But this is spiritually. Matter of fact, let's go from there to the book of 2 Peter. 2 Peter, I believe. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse, so like 1 Peter. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 5, it says, Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua Hamashiach. You see, so these lively stones are referring to brothers, men that are building up a spiritual house, man. You see? So this house, this third temple that's being built, is being built spiritually through men, and that's really the kingdom of heaven. That's the beginning, the start of the kingdom of heaven until Yahushua returns and delivers those men, takes them up in the chariots, and then when they return from the chariots, that's when they are going to be perfected. They're going to return and set foot on the earth to reign with Yahushua. You see? But that process of reigning begins here on the earth. It's already in the process, man. It's already in the works. And that's why, first and foremost, brothers being the elect, the members of the elect being gathered, being cleaned up first, so they could be presented as chaste virgins, basically having the complete knowledge of Yahweh Shemashai, because that's also a form of perfection, to have the right doctrine without any guile or any blemish. That's why they're referred to as virgins, because they weren't tainted by different philosophies, but they stuck to that pure water, man. To that clean water. So let's go from there to the book of Psalm 79. You see? So this is Psalm 79, and I'm going to start out verse 1. It says, O Most High, the heathen are come into thine inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. You see, and the heathen here, if you read Psalms 83, it gives you a list of who the enemies of the Heavenly Father are. The heathen are all these other nations that are the enemies of the nation of Israel. You see? So they basically rejoice at the downfall of the nation of Israel, hence leaving the temple defiled. You see, which this also happened with the previous two temples. They were physically destroyed, But in this lifetime, we were also destroyed as a people, We fell away. Us being not knowing who we are, not knowing our history, not knowing the future that lies ahead for us, that's a part of us being destroyed, Hence, Jerusalem being laid on heaps, meaning in ruins. You see, verse 2, the dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven. Once again, these fowls are referring to these other nations, to be eaten, to be devoured and destroyed. You see, the flesh of thy saints unto the beast of the earth. Yahushua also referred to these other nations, these Edomites, as dogs, man. Dogs can pass me about. A dog is just a beastly creature, man. So this is referring or symbolic to these other nations. Verse 3, their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them, man. Meaning there was no man to comfort our dead bodies. When we go from there to the book of Revelation, chapter 11, and verse 8, it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. So once again, these dead bodies is symbolic to a state of mind, being dead, being in a dead state of mind. So a particular people will be in a dead state of mind, meaning they will be in ruin, destroyed, in a particular place predominantly, which that great city is America. It says, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Verse 9, it says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies. You see, so these other nations, they saw us. They mocked us. They rejoiced at our downfall. Lamentations, how it speaks about they clapped their hands at thee, man. Meaning they rejoiced seeing Jake destroyed, man. You see? But little did they know that the Lord was going to clean us up, and set us up. Read that again. It says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. So after 350 years, those dead bodies, they just Salaki. So for 350 years, those dead bodies were not comforted. You see, reading on, and it says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So you see, after 350 years, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into us, man. You see? And that begun by Abba Bivens. That began with Abba Bivens, and then it trickled on down. You see? So that spirit of life entered into us, man. Meaning that knowledge, that understanding of who we are, what our history is and what lies ahead for us, man. Hence, that's the kingdom of heaven, You see? Because what consists of the understanding of the kingdom of heaven? How that the law, statutes, and commandments, that's going to be established in the kingdom. And that's the doctrine of life, right? So that's the kingdom of heaven. If you possess that knowledge, you basically possess the kingdom of heaven. If you possess that understanding, you basically possess the kingdom of heaven. That's why Yahweh Shai said the kingdom of heaven is within you. Is that knowledge, man? Of the scriptures. And the law, statutes, and commandments. You see? So let's go from there to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, and I'm going to start out verse 10. It says, so I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet. Oh, they lived. The breath came into us, meaning this understanding. And we lived. Once again, we read in 1 Peter 2 how we were lively stones. We became alive. A stone to be put or to be built up along with other stones. You see? And they lived and they stood upon their feet, and an exceeding great army. You see? Verse 11, and then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off of our parts. Verse 12, therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. You see, so these dead bodies are now coming alive. The kingdom of heaven is being built again, but it's already in the process of being built through the brothers that are out there, man. You see? So the kingdom of heaven is not an actual third temple, but it's something that's already in the process. It's men. You see? And that's that regime, so to speak, is going to be set up when Yahweh Shai returns and delivers his men, his stones, his building blocks. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. Until next time, shalom.